Oh, baby, it's good to be back. We are here. It is a lovely Monday evening after our Saturday night clash. We are back. Who knew? Who thought we'd be in season 3 of this thing?
I didn't.
I'm surprised I've lasted this long.
That's what she
Story
said.
of my life.
Right? Anyway, we are here. Matt's here. Welcome back, Matt. You'll be full-time until you can't be. So happy to have you, Matt.
Yep, full-time till I can't be. Sounds good.
Sally's here. Got a crisp new camera. He looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look good. Tegan, representing the best state in the union, of course. Bro, New York or nothing, right? We've got Ryan, who's got a new beard.
New
and
look.
he
boys.
looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's 3. And Kevron's here with us for the first time. Hi, Kevron. All right. So first off, we'll talk a little bit about the clash. Denny Hamlin won the clash. Kind of not a surprise if you watched practice and qualifying. With a track that you can't pass at like that, the fastest car out front is pretty hard to beat. Ty Gibbs actually looked like he might have been the fastest until he got shuffled out in a couple of restarts there. So that was unfortunate for him. And then they got Larson, I think. As did a few guys there towards the end. Yeah, right. Denny Hamlin, or we're already back, Sal. We're already spitting our propaganda. But let's talk about Denny Hamlin winning. Everybody's already talking. Is this his year? Is this his year? Spoiler alert. I think it is. I said it last year too, so I'll happily be wrong again. But let's talk about Denny Hamlin's momentum winning that clash, which he probably doesn't really even care about anyway. And then his little corny, I beat your favorite driver again comment, which really did not hit the same as it did the first time. We'll go around the horn here. Maddie, Sally, Tegan, Ryan, and then Kevron. What do you guys think about the clash in total and Denny Hamlin getting that win?
Clash in total, I thought was really anticlimactic because every single restart, you'd see the third or fourth place car. Well, the third car or the third back on the inside dive bomb it in. And on that last restart, they were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do it the whole entire race. And then when it actually matters to do it, we're just not going to do it. So that was all anticlimactic. As far as Hamlin winning, I don't think like anybody can really build momentum for Daytona because it's so much different. Yeah. Not only than that track, but every other track. Everybody's just going to go crazy with about 20-something laps left, and it's going to be whether or not you're in a good enough spot to push. And as far as the line of like, oh, I beat your favorite driver, again, like I feel like that should have been just a one-time thing.
Did not hit the same at all.
Didn't at all.
Hey, Spencer said you have a cool shirt. Personally, I think I have the coolest shirt here. Look at this thing. Look at this.
No.
Come on now.
You got
Come on now.
Got it, Mike.
Spencer, you better like that. You're a little Jeff Gordon fanboy. Also, he likes Ross Chastain.
He likes
Also,
every driver.
Tyler Reddick. Also,
Yeah,
and also,
Chase
I mean, he
Elliott,
likes
William
a lot
Byron.
of people. Yeah.
Kyle Busch.
Chastain's is number 1, though. Look at this. Yes, Mike. Absolutely. We're back. Let's go. Hype me up. I like your shirt, too. Listen, thank you, Spencer. I appreciate it. Sally, you are a big Clash apologist. You might be the most vocal Clash supporter I know.
I'm just happy because when the Clash is back, NASCAR's back.
That's fair. I don't really care for it in a football stadium, but what were your thoughts on the race?
It was about as good as you could hope for, I guess. Like Matt said, the ending, I mean, we were all calling what was going to happen there. I legitimately, Kyle Busch had been sending it 3 wide every chance he got on the bottom until the last restart. But good for Denny. I mean, his fiance now has a ring, so maybe it's time for him to get one.
We all know that's
After
not gonna
all these
happen.
years for
It's
both
not
of
still
them.
not going to happen.
I do agree with you. The I beat your favorite driver didn't hit as good as the
Well,
first
he had
time.
to interrupt he had to get his interview back. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I
Yeah.
beat y'all's drivers again." So it didn't hit when you got to do it that way.
Field way too
Another-
fast.
Jamie Little kind of led into it too. She kind of
Yeah.
like, you know,
It needs to
I
come out
think that-
natural, like when it did at Pocono, like and all when
in
he's
Bristol, yeah.
oh
It was
Bristol, yeah. Sorry, but it needs to come out natural. Bristol was when it came out natural. Can't
Yeah.
force it. You just can't force it.
Well, to be honest, like they were booing him at Bristol, but he was not getting booed at the Clash.
No,
Out of the 500 people that were there in the stands, it was he had fans apparently.
he had fans.
It was kind of not. It was not nearly as loud as Bristol was, because Bristol was very, very loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Negatively
absolutely.
towards
A lot
Denny
more people
Hamlin.
in it.
Yeah.
One
Uh,
good thing that I think kind of goes under the radar here, I know I've seen people like on Twitter talk about it and stuff, is this kind of helps for people who, let's say, are watching, like learning about NASCAR and wanting to get into it by watching the Netflix series. Because I think about every driver that they mention in there, which I mean isn't much, but you got William Byron, Bubba, Reddick,
Larson,
they
Hamlin.
all did fairly well.
Yeah.
And then you have, I honestly think out of that whole show, Denny Hamlin's the main guy because they follow him around a lot.
Right.
You see a face you know, a face you recognize go out and win the first race of the season. Could help lead into bigger audiences, more people, hopefully.
Yeah. Tegan, I know it was an odd one for you, kind of first one you've ever seen without Kevin Harvick in it. Talking about your thoughts on the race, I know you and I share a similar opinion about the event. But what are your thoughts on the race and Kevin Harvick's debut in the booth? I thought he was really good. Definitely a breath of fresh air in that Fox booth.
They were lagging so bad. I got none of that.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it's lagging bad.
Harvick, Clash, thoughts?
It's just Mike lagging. It's nobody else.
Me?
But Mike.
It's
Okay.
just me.
He's just asking your Kevin Harvick commentating on the Fox booth and all that stuff, not being out on the racetrack.
No.
I guess he can't hear you either. So
And we lost Tegan Jones, everyone.
Oh, we are so
would
bad.
not. We would,
First-
we would not.
Podcast that Mike Man puts up and we lose Tegan.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
don't
would
worry.
be
It's
the
not a
pod.
podcast just yet until I walk away from the camera.
Yeah, you took the camera with you when you were walking last
Yes,
time.
I'm
I almost
learning my
cut to you
ways.
solo for that. Um,
I'm learning.
Ryan, your thoughts on the race?
Needs to get out of the Coliseum. Very, like Maddie said, very anticlimactic. Just like it would last 20 laps. They were beating and banging, and then all of a sudden, green, white, checkered, nothing, absolutely nothing. So, and that was kind of disappointing because I thought it was going to be an absolute crapshoot and hope that there was going to be more contact and more ruffling of the feathers. That didn't happen. However, you mentioned Harvick in the booth. God, to see him in the booth, it meshes really well because he's coming off retiring in the same car that they are now driving, so he knows what they're driving and how, like what they're thinking. So it's very nice, definitely a breath of fresh air, and I think he matches up with Clint very well. Where
Clint
Joy
is
didn't.
terrible. I'm sorry.
Where Mike, well, I think he was definitely way off worse with just him and Joy. Now it's
And the rotating, yeah.
yeah. Now it's Harvick, Boyer, and Joy. So I think the chemistry will come back, and you'll start to notice that it'll be easier for Boyer than when it was just him and Joy, and then a rotation of guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Boyer really does not do
I
it.
think
His
Boyer was
personality-
bad early in the season, but then I think the later they went, I think like the last handful of races that were on Fox, he was good. I think it took him a little bit to like wake up, or not even that, just a little bit to like get what he was supposed to say down, just because it was him and Joy and not a third guy, or it was like a rotating third person. So you kind of like got to know how the other person's going to react and what you can say off of them, and that's going to be hard when it's just when
Two
it's someone
people.
rotating every single
Yeah.
week. So I think now that you're going to have two other mainstay people in that booth, in Mike Joy and Kevin Harvick, it's only going to make it easier. And I think you're probably going to see the best Clint Boyer we've seen as a broadcaster here this year.
I agree with that, just because of the fact that Boyer, he's an outgoing guy, and it's just hard for him to mesh and with the rotation or just him and Joy. It was hard for Boyer. So to have Harvick in there, it's going to make his job 20 times easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevron, your thoughts? Or Tegan, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good. I was spot, so maybe that'll help. But what was your question again?
Now I really can't hear you. Okay, I think we're okay. Just talk to me a little bit about Harvick in the booth and your thoughts on the Clash as a whole.
Oh, I mean, I can have just about as much fun watching paint dry and watching the Clash at the Coliseum. So I'm really hoping that we don't go back there. It's run its course, just like Dirt on Bristol did. We need to go to an actual racetrack, something that don't have to be made from scratch. It needs to be. I don't care if it's in fucking Mexico. I'll go with Sal across the border on the boat. I don't give a fuck. I'll watch it, but I do not like watching.
Jesus,
there's no room. This track is too short to even make short track moves. You can't do nothing without literally just taking somebody flat out. And I don't think nobody wants to piss somebody off to fuck themselves 10 races into the season later on when they get their revenge. So,
which we might have seen a little bit of.
Find another racetrack, or we go back to Daytona. I wouldn't mind to go back to Daytona. That's just me.
Neither would I.
So,
I think I saw
somebody in 20th has a fucking shot to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a little thing on Twitter that would be like a new speed week schedule where you do like the Clash on Monday, have practices on Tuesday, qualifying Wednesday, duels Thursday, cup practice and trucks Friday, Xfinity ARCA on Saturday, and then the cup race on Sunday. I think that would be a really cool week at Daytona and would provide a really good experience for any fan that wants to be there for the week.
Every day during the week, though.
I mean, they used to be down there for weeks.
Preseason.
Yeah, now they've gotten used to not doing that, and they don't do that shit anymore.
But do you think they'd rather
kind of caters to that, you know?
But don't you think they would rather do that than go out to LA 2 weeks before than not do anything than be at Daytona for 4 days?
Or do it the way
I think they need to go back to
if they go
to Daytona, do it all one weekend.
That's what I'm saying, though. Have it 1 week, Monday through Sunday is the show.
Yeah, because
I think that's the best.
I think it's a nice one. Yeah, because
I just don't think the Clash is a good Monday race. That's a good Saturday race to me.
Keep it the way they had it. I want to say like last 3 years they had it there at Daytona, where it was Saturday night the Clash, or Saturday the Clash,
and
Sunday
Sunday
qualifying, Monday off, Tuesday I think was off, Wednesday the duels.
The duels have always been Thursday, I feel like.
Yeah, duels were all. I remember them being on Thursday, but I think they might have swapped it done Wednesday a couple of times. I'm not sure, but like when I was in school, like I would try to be out of school on Thursday so that I could watch it. So there is not
a more exciting feeling as a kid than me like getting out of school and going into the kitchen in my house and turning on Speed.
Oh my God. What a time that was. Loved Speed.
Yeah.
I miss our old NASCAR ways.
Kevron, your thoughts on the Clash?
Just to make it quick, the only thing that I took out of the Clash that I saw was just how better the Fords and Toyotas were able to brake in the corners compared to the likes of the Chevrolets. I thought that was very noticeable, and especially with Kyle Busch, as aggressive as he is, I thought, okay, he's going to get in the back of Ty Gibbs or Denny Hamlin, whoever, shove him up the track, put the guy that's on the outside up there in the track with him, make it 3 wide and try to take advantage of that. But I didn't think he had the brakes for it. And I don't think it was just him. I think it was every Chevrolet that you saw in the Clash just not have the braking performance needed to be able to compete with the likes of the Fords and Toyotas. And
I feel like that's the first time like I can remember in the next gen era of them focusing on the brake rotors.
They had gone away from it that used to be a huge thing with the Gen 6s,
Yeah.
and I had noticed that too, because that was one of, I thought it meant for like really good pictures, especially at road courses and short tracks, like the glowing red rotor.
Yeah.
And these, who was it that spun Gilliland?
Yeah, his was red.
Yeah, because of his
His
brakes,
stayed
because he
red
lost his brakes.
way too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing like, and then Kevin Harter talking about the brake splitting. I guess I'm that
The
much of an
split rotors.
I didn't know that was such a thing until that, the other night.
And that's why a guy like Harvick's really good because he knows what goes into the car. I think he was pretty deep into it with Rodney, and he's very eloquent, so he can explain it well. Clint Boyer just says people have fast hot rods and talks about betting.
That
But
is
Harvick
something
actually,
that I am looking for. Sorry to cut you off. That is something
Yeah,
that I
no
really
worries.
am looking forward to this year is having someone in the booth who's been in this kind of car.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they had it obviously with the road a little
Not
bit,
just testing.
but now you have somebody who for the last 2 years has been in that car and can go and actually like legitimately explain to just the average fan who's not in depth with NASCAR like what each part means and like
Yeah.
why it's going to be important if it breaks off and
And
stuff like
So did anybody else catch that Boyer mentioned about how Ford have not been good on anything but like the mile and a halves? And he actually did bring up that he don't understand why they didn't give up something on this new car to get some of that back. He's still, I guess he's thinking that they're still going to be good on short tracks and plate races only, instead of like the mile and a halves and the 2 miles tracks. So,
which
Yeah.
could be possible. I mean, you don't.
which goes into that braking that we were talking about, because that's a short track and a road course thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting dynamic because you have to think in modern NASCAR, a manufacturer really needs to only be good at one track, and that's Phoenix in the end, right? You need to be good at Phoenix, and that's been Ford's track the last couple of years in this next gen era.
Done.
Oh, easily.
But you have the balance of there's 2 mile and a halves in that round of 8 to make it to Phoenix.
You gotta get Ford's there.
So Ford has gotten lucky enough to get Blaney and Logano through to get to a good track like Phoenix for them. But, it's tough if they're sacrificing that mile and a half. It's going to come back to bite them at some point because there are so many strong Toyota drivers and there are so many strong Chevy drivers.
Right.
You can make arguments for, I'd say, 3 Joe Gibbs drivers to make the Final Four. You can make arguments for 3 Hendrick Motorsports drivers to make the Final Four. You can make an argument for Kyle Busch. You can make an argument for Ross Chastain. That's 8 guys already. And so if Ford is not on their game at those tracks like they have been in previous years, they might not get bailed out like they have been. And not delegitimizing their championships, but it's just tough in an era where we race at one track to finish it.
The reason why they've gotten so lucky that you mentioned that, Mike, is that because Martinsville's the last race in the round of 8. So they're able to get a Blaney or a Logano in. Now, hopefully Ford has figured out their ways at the mile and a half and the 2 miles, but I don't know what they could have been working on or whatnot. I don't know if they're, besides Penske, who's really going to compete out of the Ford brand, maybe besides Buescher, who's coming off a career year.
I'd say RFK.
I see RFK
there.
But, I mean, the one team that used to be the top, which was Stewart Haas, is completely fallen off. Could
I'm going to tell you right now, if Stewart Haas does not do good this year in Ford, it's because they are not sticking with Ford next year.
Yeah, and I could easily see that. And
they're switching manufacturers if they run like shit this year.
I agree.
And I'm going.
You think someone else jumps into a Ford?
I don't think they go to Chevy because we done heard what the Chevys do. So either they go to Toyota or they bring in back in Dodge.
And knowing Stewart, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Dodge because
we would have heard about Dodge.
If I get a written agreement from Dodge saying that, hey, we're committed to only you 4, like Toyota was with Joe Gibbs. We'll stick with your 4. That way you get top equipment all the time. You tier 1 because you're the only one. That's the only reason why I would swap manufacturers right now.
Because if you think about it, like Stewart left Joe Gibbs because they were going to Toyota and he didn't really like the Toyotas. Then he went to go with Gene Haas to make his own team. And it didn't seem like he enjoyed Toyotas very much.
I think he
But
just
don't-
left because he wanted his own team.
Yeah, that was 2008, 2009, though. Now that he got his own team back in 2010, Toyotas have changed drastically since then. So it could be a different story, especially when it comes to the money deal.
And
And they've arguably been the most dominant manufacturer in NASCAR over the
Yeah.
last 7 years. you
and
know,
and
So
let's say they do switch to Toyota, maybe Stewart can talk to his old boss, which has been the key factor in the Toyota.
I just think it's too late to switch to Toyota. Jimmy Johnson done got that little
Yeah.
Debbie, so I
Yeah.
think that ship has done sailed. If you switch to Toyota, you're not jumping Joe Gibbs or Jimmy Johnson on the tier level if that's what they're doing. You know that's what they're doing, so
yeah,
you have to go to another manufacturer if you're going to do it.
all right.
And so, by the way, guys, just letting you know to be prepared. We're gonna do our 16 playoff predictions at the end of this episode. So
Ooh.
keep that.
I didn't do
keep
that,
in
so
your
you'll be
brain.
skipping me.
So now,
Just
now
keep
I
it in
got
your brain.
now I got a question. So you said 16. Is me and Kevin
Yes.
also in on this, or are we doing our own?
No, this is individual.
Okay.
I'll find some sort of like little thing that we do every year where you put the numbers in the boxes,
Okay.
and just give me your 16, and then we'll do our final fours also.
Oh, sweet.
So-
All right.
So just keep that in mind. That'll be at the end of the episode. So if anybody needs time to prepare for that, we've got.
Shit.
Don't worry.
I got it off the dome. So
Oh, I'm screwed right now.
I know
don't have
Maddie's
mine.
going off the dome.
Oh, I'm going off the every year,
Yeah.
the first.
But
2
why
years
wouldn't Matt
anyway.
go off the dome?
Is
That's the
Maddie
thing.
gonna put in a driver he gets eliminated in the round of 8 in the championship 4 again?
Right. He did that last year. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
So let's just all give, I think, just a shout out to NASCAR. The move to make the Clash Saturday night, great move. I
You
think.
couldn't have pulled it off any better because you knew weather was coming in.
It made it only better because they offered it free attendance or free entry.
And that's
They didn't
what
screw the
really I
fans
think
over
was,
that might have had a shot to make it there.
and that was nice of NASCAR because you knew you weren't racing on Sunday. There was no shot. California was going to have a massive weather system move through, and it was going to stay there for a while. So you weren't going to get that race in unless you raced it that night. So for them to pull that off and allow free attendance was incredible.
Yeah, there was no way they could push it to Thursday because the rain.
Oh God, no.
So yeah, good move on NASCAR.
No doubt.
Yeah, I think the shower actually.
No,
came
it's like
earlier
Chicago.
than-
They have to be
Yeah. And especially considering there's a decent amount of Daytona 500 prep. Like they needed to be back at a reasonable time this week.
And there could have been no clash easily if
Very,
they
very
waited.
easily.
Yeah.
So good call on NASCAR's part. Not a points race, so they
can
can
say
kind of
screw
have
it.
liberty to do this.
Yeah.
They were going to take a loss on this event probably anyways, money
Oh,
wise.
yeah.
So
So why
it
not
doesn't
make
really
it free?
matter. Good move. Drivers said that it was some of the smartest things they've seen NASCAR do.
Finally.
Yeah, I can't.
Chase
I
is
can't
calling
argue
it the biggest thing the sport's done probably ever.
Yeah, the smartest thing they've ever done. Yeah, that's saying something. So I have a question in the comments. There's this question.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We've been running with that for 2 years.
Oh yeah, that's
Now,
that's
Tegan-
I
gotta-
don't think we
Tegan's
got
bonehead.
no boneheads.
Tegan's boneheads is like a case by case basis.
To get race by
have-
race around here.
Do you have 2 dudes, Matt?
Uh,
not for the clash.
it's
Do
the
we want-
Clash, so I don't
Yeah,
think
let's let it wait a week.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll
Let's
get
wait for
2
Daytona.
dudes after
If
Daytona.
I were to have 2 dudes, I would give it to Hamlin, obviously as one, just because he won, and then I'd give my second to Blaney, and that's probably biased too. But he was like the only one in the field. Granted, it was a lot of people crashing there towards the end, but he was the only one who seemed like he could actually move forward. Like he was dead last out of the 23, and he ended up finishing like 3rd, I think. So that'd be it. But we'll get into the full 2 dudes thing here
Next
after
week.
Daytona. We'll be
Or-
ready to
or
rock
2
and roll.
weeks. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else we want to talk about the Clash? Mexico Series, Sal, you know about it. How'd it go?
It was awesome.
I turned it off.
That race was awesome. It was what people expect the cup cars to be. These are like old old ARCA cars, in my opinion. I honestly had not sat down
That's
to watch
why,
a
it was a good
NASCAR
race.
Mexico race since I've lived in Mexico, and that's been like 8-9 years ago, and it was super entertaining.
Liar.
Suarez needed to win that one, right? It would have been a pretty bad look if he didn't, I feel like.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he didn't, because I'll be honest, and not like saying he like wasn't capable. I think he was absolutely capable of winning, but I mean, put yourself in his spot. This is where he grew up. This is his NASCAR roots. You have the opportunity. You entered this race. It's already bringing a lot of attention because it's running the same day as the big show, and you have a chance to show everyone all the talent that series has. So I honestly, there was a point where I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't push too hard, just so you can get like a Ruben Garcia or I can't remember the other dude. Garcia and one of the other guys were like dominating that whole thing. Then Suarez eventually just came the last 30 laps and passed him. But
Hey, my amigo Sal, how are you doing? This is your
Hey, Daniel Suarez, next NASCAR Mexico Series winner, just came by to say hi to you. That's pretty nice of him, right?
thank you, Daniel.
Love you, Daniel
Yeah.
Suarez.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it was super entertaining.
Yeah,
The trophy
no
was
doubt.
awesome.
It was pretty cool. Anything else we want to cover for the Clash, guys? Last year we were talking about Kyle Busch getting arrested, so we had a lot. It was
Real
a lot
quick,
more.
On the broadcast, I mean, they didn't have much go well for them. We never got a replay of the wreck that happened on the last lap. But
Oh God!
one
Yeah,
of
I
the
wish they
few
would have done that.
things, very
I think
few
they had to
things
get
that they
off
did-
though for the network.
Yeah, because I think they had
Some
something.
football game or
I
something.
will give them kudos for is the new cutaway car.
Yeah,
That I really enjoyed.
that was the best thing they've done in a while. Yeah, I miss when it used to actually be at the track and they had Jeff Hammond like in the infield. And you
Yeah,
could actually like see it.
Yep.
Instead, it's a pre-recorded video, but that's still kind of cool. It gives us some good insight on it because NBC, their graphics are really cool, and Fox is going to actually show us the car because Fox, when they're trying to do graphics, they only can do cartoons, so they really can't do high-tech graphics. Which the cartoons are back for the driver photos.
yay!
But I think they do that at the beginning of the year. I think they're still in the process of doing the getting the shots together that they take. They did this last year too. People
no, they
complained
didn't.
about it.
They
and
never
like, a
came
week or two
back.
later,
You know,
it was fixed.
you know what's funny
No.
too? Like NBC's not just the NASCAR
I thought it
broadcast. When it
did. I
comes,
thought they took new pictures.
They did, but they never ended up being.
They never
it
used
was
them.
Always the cartoons.
Wow.
yay!
At this point, I think they're
What were you
just
saying,
doing it just
Ryan?
to piss people off.
Like
It don't bother me.
it-
I'm not
this
bitching about
NBC
cartoons when I can bitch about the product.
That's a good point.
NBC's like even in other sports, NBC still kind of gets Fox, which is hilarious. Like look at
Oh,
how
NBC is so much better. In
like
every
NBC, look at how
category.
they do Sunday Night Football, for example. You have the players literally introduce themselves and everything like that, plus their PFF ranks.
The
However,
PFF ranks are stupid, respectfully.
like,
This doesn't make it not stupid, though. I'm just saying that. I know they do it for
but then
football
Fox
and
has
stuff,
like the
but
cartoon of the football player, so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah,
it's hard to take them seriously.
yeah,
They don't even try.
no,
But
absolutely not. Why would
that's
they?
that's their gimmick. So we're stuck with it for another 8 years after this.
Oh, at least
Yeah,
8.
It's gonna be a little while, but that's fine. We keep it moving. Let's talk about some of the off-season moves that happened while we were not filming any of these. Noah Gragson officially ended up to the 10, which
Shocker.
is kind of where we were leaning towards the end of last year.
I do believe I
There you
called
go.
that one way early.
You
actually.
did. You did before there was any rumblings about it. You were on that one, so I like that.
Keegan knows his team, man. Come on, he's got to.
He
know his
does.
team.
That's kind of low key my new driver.
I wish I knew who the
I really
third
don't
driver
care,
of
to be honest.
my team was,
So,
because Cindric
I'll be
freaking
surprised
sucks.
if I even watch
Maddie
Like,
just
that's a
burying
statement for
Cindric.
another day.
Whoa,
Statement for
yeah.
another day.
That's fair though. I mean, he did not have a good performance there Saturday night.
No,
God.
well, not even the Clash. Just last year, he was so
Yeah.
bad all year, and I really feel like if he's bad again, I don't know who Ford would go. I
Who
don't
Ford go
know
with?
who Ford would go out and get, but you gotta at some point. I'd honestly rather have Harrison Burton in the
Raleigh.
two.
Matt DiBenedetto.
If
What
Harrison
about
doesn't
that,
perform
guys?
this year,
Eddie
it's
D?
Riley.
I
And
don't know.
Riley's probably
Yeah,
going to get the
I
call if
wouldn't
Greg
mind
Riley's
doesn't
running more
perform.
races this year for Rick Ware. So if he does good in that Rick Ware car again, I think he has to move up next year. Instead
Yeah.
of Oswett.
Yeah, he could be.
Unless they're all four running good.
I'd honestly, if Harrison
Somehow.
Burton has a quality year, I'd try him in the two. I mean, he's in the 21. You figure the two's got better equipment than that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wouldn't
21
hurt
gets
just
it from
because.
Penske, though.
Yeah,
What if Austin
Yeah, that's the problem. Are you going to get him from that?
Ford
What was that, Kevron?
Hill? What if he jumped from the Chevy camp and went to Ford?
Who?
Austin Hill from
RCR.
I think
I
he's
wouldn't mind
committed.
that. Yeah,
He's
RCR
committed.
because he could have moved up.
He's
last
got
year,
a
I think.
multi-year deal, doesn't he?
I think
Yes.
he's got it. I think, I don't know if this is. I think this is Austin Dillon's last year in the Cup Series.
Oh, I think so too.
I think he's done after this year. And the multi-year deal for Austin Hill makes it sound, to me at least, like it's a multi-series deal. Like it starts, we'll do one more year in Xfinity, and then we'll move you up to Cup next year. Whether we get a third car or Austin Dillon's done, they find a way for him to get to Cup next year. Or, he could end up at Spire if Zane Smith ends up at Trackhouse on like a lease deal, like Zane is on while they're still waiting for Austin Dillon or Kyle to retire. But I really think Austin Dillon is, everything that I've heard makes it sound to me like Austin Dillon's getting pretty close to hanging up, the racing boots and going kind of more into the ownership aspect. Because remember, he was the guy that recruited Kyle Busch to RCR.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So I would not be surprised if you
It's
see
gonna
him
happen.
more as like a team owner type.
Yeah.
Which means he's
starting
going to race more like
after.
shit this year because he's going to try to prove himself before he goes off into the sunset.
Mhm.
That's 2024
I think it's a-
Cup Series champion Austin Dillon you're talking about.
I think it's kind of already in the plans right now. But
If he
Yeah.
gets a championship, I'll suck everybody's dick in here. Guess what? It ain't
Austin Dillon,
happening.
you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Austin
so
Dillon,
no-
you have an opportunity here, buddy.
let's talk about the 16 Colleague car. That one was drawn out forever. It seemed like that was Ty Dillon, but something fell through there. And now it's going to be Josh Williams, AJ Allmendinger, and SVG, I think, are the three for it.
Probably.
Can I
Yeah,
just say
If not-
how desperate you got to be for sponsorship when you go after Josh Williams? Everybody's thinking, "Oh yeah, good for him. Get his shot." No, you're only fucking saying this because the motherfucker parked it last year on the straightaway and said, "Fuck you, NASCAR." That's the only reason why this guy's getting any
He
fucking
did
notice.
do that.
If it wasn't for that, we'd be like, "What the fuck are they doing?" And
Yeah,
we're
you wouldn't-
saying that when
you
it
wouldn't
comes time
know.
to make it start.
Yeah.
What
We
the
wouldn't know
fuck
who the
were
hell-
they thinking?
Yeah,
Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't know who Josh Williams was if he didn't park it on the track because he was nowhere to be found in the Xfinity Series last year.
I'm telling you, Call League is desperate for sponsors, and that shows you how desperate they are.
I don't expect their Cup team to be around much longer, to be honest with you.
I was saying it the other night. I think they're in genuine trouble because
I
their
think
driver
if
lineup,
RCR gets a third charter, that's where they get it from.
Yup.
their driver lineup is, as respectful as I can say this, is not is it's
It's
pitiful.
awful.
This
No,
year.
It's
long-term.
awful.
Daniel Hemrick, he's fine, but he is not going to carry a Cup car to where it needs to be, especially with how tight that midfield section is.
And he's also
And then you
proven
got the
that he's
16
not-
car, which you're taking a
greatest.
wash at a full-time driver. But legitimately, the 16 car could win a race and make the owners' playoffs. Because if SVG or Allmendinger win a road course during the season, I don't think anybody is necessarily surprised.
No.
But to me, and you heard them say, like, there's questions asked about charters. They're saying no, but they said they're looking for a financial partner in the next couple of years. So to me, that seems like that they are really shopping the organization to a rich guy or to somebody that is sort of involved in the sport that wants to get Cup ownership. Maybe we could see a guy like Dale Jr. go in on this team, and they could combine, that Xfinity team, make a powerhouse.
So here's a thought. Look at does Harvick and Jr. and Jeff Burton do like they did with the car store and forming their little own company to go put into it, buy it straight out or become majority, owners.
Yeah.
I would say Trackhouse too, but I don't see Trackhouse owning two teams.
No.
I don't think they would frown upon that. So
that would not be allowed.
They would have to do it without. They would have to do it without him. So
yeah.
I could see it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The tough thing with that though is that's 3 NASCAR commentators now going in on one team, and 2 of them are in the same booth together,
and the other one's on Fox.
So to me, it would be
Jeff
kind of
a.
Well, Jeff kind of, when he took a bigger role at Hendrick, that's when he stepped out of the booth,
right?
But we still basically knew that he was like the impending owner.
And he knew. I mean, the writing was on the wall for Gordon to kind of take a much bigger leap in the business side of Hendrick Motorsports. Everyone kind of.
It's no big deal to have a commentator up there that owns a team. I mean, if we don't let that happen, we would have half our commentators up until now.
Yeah.
Back even in the 80s and 90s, they owned teams. Fucking Petty was up there a couple of races. So unless they're up there going, rank them, that's my guy, then we don't have a problem. So I
think Tony. I think when they have Tony Stewart in, I think Tony does a really good job of like not just cheering on his guys. I think
I've seen Tony actually give his
team
team
does
shit.
a little bit. Yeah, he does a little bit. He's like, oh man, if something happens to one of his guys, he's like, oh, I hate it because that guy's on my team. Like
because Clint eggs him on. Clint goes,
how
Clint about that, Smoke? Looks like you're about 150 grand in the tank right there, buddy. He'll say something stupid like that.
That's actually kind of comedy gold.
That's where Harvick wouldn't have done that. Harvick.
I don't know. I don't think Harvick would because Harvick actually done good on that team, so I don't think Harvick will.
No.
On the other hand, was kind of mid.
Yeah. In retrospect, he seems pretty good though, right? Like, looking at how the team's been after him.
Yeah. Well,
Clint looked pretty good.
He had 2 wins in the 14, a rain short in Michigan, and then 1 by speed on Martinsville.
Yeah. So nothing clash-wise. Anything off-season wise that we didn't cover? Any like big moves? Xfinity Series, Sheldon Creed, Chandler Smith went to JGR.
Shocker that Creed left RCR.
I'm stunned, right?
Stunned.
Yeah. That was such poor shit.
Eric went part-time to JGR.
Eric Almirola, part-time JGR. He'll win. What's that?
Josh before, but we already knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that like a year ago now. It felt like. They announced that around like the Coke 600 last year.
Yeah.
But one interesting thing, SVG full-time Xfinity.
I like that move though.
How do we think he does?
I think he does solid.
I think he's going to wreck cars like he's already said he is.
Yeah.
He's done said he's going to wreck cars on the learning curve. So
yeah,
I think he's going to wreck cars.
I think SVG is going to be solid. I think he'll get a win, but it's going to be on a road course. That's his specialty. It will be on a road course, but I think he'll be solid enough to be a mid-ish pack car. I think. I mean, it'd be nice to see if he does that. I definitely see him winning a road course.
Solid.
I'm saying about between 10 and 13th is where I think I could see him kind of sitting at certain tracks. But definitely seeing him being a great road course racer for sure in the Xfinity Series. I think it's the right move too, because you're not hurrying him up into Cup. You're trying to let him get used to a different car just to see where his strengths are.
It's a different car. You're not learning nothing. You're learning absolutely nothing. It's almost like taking a step back, in my opinion. With this,
but I think it's important to get him a little more oval racing reps.
Yeah, kind of where I was going
because
with that.
he's jumping into the deep end, like into the deepest ocean without a vest and can't swim. Like, you need to let him work it in a little bit, run a few cup ovals this year, run the full Xfinity schedule, see what he's got down there, and he might not even like it. We could be talking in 365 days, man. What if SVG liked NASCAR? Well, he's going back to Australia. He didn't like it. That's very possible.
And that's what Tegan's thinking.
Is
Tegan,
I think he goes longer than a year. You do not uproot your family from Australia to the United States to only race 1 year and be like, I didn't like it. Let's go back home. No, you don't do it just 1 year. You stick it out for 2, maybe.
Tegan and Mike have been going at each other.
We always argue about SVG for whatever reason. I'm not sure why he brings this out of us, but
I mean, he did win his first Cup Series.
This is a good point by Bradley, but at the same time, I would try to protect him from Wallace Allen too,
or for anybody in the Truck Series.
Yeah,
SVG, you could tell he wants to learn. He wants to be in Cup because I mean, he's not just doing Xfinity and Cup. He's like doing
a lot
late models.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna hop in a truck for, I assume, Nice at some point in the season. Just hasn't been announced yet.
But do
he's
you think
be doing a lot of racing?
Do you think it's a similar deal to Marcos Ambrose? Maybe,
yeah,
kind of like the way Marcos did for
But Marcos Ambrose was very mid, except for road courses, and even
road
then,
courses where Marcos was really good.
He was a dog, though, man. On Watkins Glen, dude, he was a dog.
His win was awesome there at the Glen.
Yeah, back to
I'll
that.
tell you what, I don't think SVG is just gonna win a road course though.
Oh, baby. Dude, you better stop talking because he might take your boys.
I think you need to quit riding this diversity train because you're a fucking Mexican. Is what you need to quit.
And there's some diversity training for Tegan.
First episode of the year, and we're already done. Canceled.
We're
Thanks
canceled.
a lot, Jones. Let's talk about Daytona. The next gen Super Speedway product really doesn't do it for me. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people
I don't even care if I watch this race.
Really?
For this race.
I'm still watching the 500.
I thought it was a chore just to watch the Clash. So
that's different.
But that's different. That's completely different.
You'll wake up
last year I was cussing at the TV because Harvick was running like shit. This year I'm just like,
Tegan's going to be watching more Xfinity series because he's going to be watching Riley Hurt.
Exactly. I think I'm going to turn into an Xfinity merchant this year.
Are you our Xfinity pundit
guy for this pod?
Yeah, yes. I think we're to be fair to Tegan, the Xfinity series has had really great racing in the past couple of years. So, and I think it's produced the best racing out of all 3 series. So
definitely
to watch Xfinity, because I started watching it a little bit more at the end of the year. It was actually pretty awesome to watch because these guys.
I started watching it when their playoffs started, and that's when Riley lit it up. So
watching Riley light it up, watching how these cars ran, it was a breath of fresh air because there was a lot of strategy in how to handle a car.
Yeah.
In that series.
Ooh,
so,
and a thing to remember this year for the Xfinity series, and this is one thing I bitched about ever since they started doing it. They're going back to live pit stops for the road courses. No more of this fucking bullshit. Let's go get them on pit road for 5 minutes, shut them off, you get your spots back. Now you have to have a fucking pit crew for the road courses.
This is going to be fun. That's going to be fun. So your true road course ringers are in the Xfinity series are going to show up.
Yeah.
And if they mess up on pit road, they're fucked.
Yeah. I will say also, I do like the Xfinity series. I will say I feel like the Clash is way overhated for being an exhibition
it's also
race.
Way overrated. That's what you get to say, right? They rhyme. I know you get them mixed up.
Both. I think it's overrated, but it's also overhated. Like I feel like the amount of shit that gets piled on it for it being a race that has nothing to do with points or even matter in standings.
Okay, but the thing is, it gets the hate. I think you're thinking the hate. See, my hate for it's different than what most people think because most people on Facebook are saying, "Oh, this ain't what they did back in my day." No, I do not like the racetrack to where basically the top 5 are the only ones that can win this race from start to finish, unless they start fucking taking each other out. Somebody in 10th or 11th or 12th, there's not winning that race.
You're
It took
not
Blaney that whole fucking race with some help just to get to 3rd with some yellows and restarts and people getting moved out of the way, which, included Joey and Ty Gibbs.
getting at it.
Somebody in 20th needs a shot to win this race. If you're not going to have 20th not have a shot to win this race, why do we even have 20 cars at this racetrack? Knock it down to 10.
It's extremely small too.
It's just too small. It's too small to be a short track.
Literally made for drama because you saw Ty Gibbs and Joe argue. You saw a couple other guys get the race, and it's an expedition race, and yet we're seeing them
And to
argue.
be honest, Joey had that coming. He's a little bitch. He literally wrecked Ty Gibbs last year at Martinsville. About took out Hamlin in the process.
Yeah.
So Joey needed to be fucking moved.
Well, here's the thing: Joey versus Joe Gibbs has been going on for a while since he really left Gibbs, and they left on not very good terms either. I don't think so. This rivalry between Gibbs and Logano has been going on for years now. I mean, Kenseth versus Logano, Hamlin Logano, Busch Logano. Like, you can name any driver that has raced for Joe Gibbs, and I would bet you Logano's had rivalries with them.
Now he's got
Truex and Logano.
That's
the
got
big
a
one.
younger Gibbs.
You're not
Now
gonna
he's got
win
a-
he's not gonna win the damn war.
Yeah, now he's got
Yeah,
an
well,
actual
he
younger
did.
And he
Gibbs.
did.
He won the damn war.
Now
Yeah.
he's got a younger Gibbs that he can actually go after for years upon years.
Oh God.
Really get Joe mad.
Yeah, right.
Joe.
All right.
Start calling him Joe.
It is time to return our pod picks. Who was
Kevin,
champion last year? It was Bradley, right?
Domer.
Bradley was the champ.
Yes.
We've got a new sheet and everything.
Big sucker.
Here we are. So we're going to go bottom to top here. So no favoritism towards Mike. I'm picking last. Kev Ryan, talk over your pick. What do you guys like?
Oh God.
Oh,
So
you
Ron-
might
I
need to
don't- I
explain
don't
the rules. Kevron may not know it.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
going to say
We can't pick the same driver
So
twice.
the way this
Yeah.
goes,
6 races.
the way this is going to
In
work
the first, yeah.
is,
Do you want me to explain it, Matt?
sure, yeah, why not?
So you get one use of each driver in the regular season, right? The first 26 races. You get another use of that driver. It just resets at the
In the
beginning of the playoffs. So
Okay.
if you didn't use a driver, you don't get 2 uses. You just get 1 still in the playoffs.
So there's gonna be
Um,
races that we're gonna have to use fillers.
Okay.
Exactly. So you kind of have to, you might have to punt some races. But with there being as many people as there are doing this year, there's 8 of us participating. I find it kind of unfair to only give out points to one person. So we will award points to the top 3 finishers.
Yes, participation trophies. Let's go.
But it'll go down 3, 2, 1. But if the winner picks the winner, they get 5 points.
Oh.
Whoa. So the way this also works is, say like your driver for this week comes in last, you'll pick first next week. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
Okay.
The
And
farther
if you
back
finish
go,
first, you pick last.
yeah.
Kev Ryan, what do you guys think? Talk it over.
Oh God.
Well, Ryan, I'm always a big underdog picker. I love picking Tyler Reddick for the 500, but
I don't know about Reddick winning the 500. You know what? I'm looking at maybe an RFK driver getting it this year. I think it's because
close last
there's
year.
been a couple, like the past couple 500s, obscure winners have happened. I mean, look at Stenhouse, look at Cindric are 2 good examples.
yeah.
I think Buescher gets it done.
You think Buescher?
I think Buescher, because Brad has had some bad luck at Daytona. I think Buescher's gonna have a different switch
Yeah.
of luck.
Look at all those plate track wins that Brad's got, though. He's got that experience over Buescher. I have to give.
I'll ride with BK. I'll ride with BK.
So you guys are picking Brad?
Yeah.
Brad. All right, cool.
Okay. JB will pick. He's going big off the rip. He's picking Ryan Blaney.
Ooh,
Jeez, Louise.
let's save Blaney for a bit, Kevron.
Wessel's pick is Michael McDowell.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about to mention McDowell too. He also
For
won.
someone who was shitting on him, he sure was quick to pick him.
Right.
I think that's a throwaway pick.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
It could be a throwaway pick, but it could also be a really good pick.
It could either
Yeah.
be a really good pick for Wessel or
Lightning don't
could
strike
not be.
twice, though.
Bradley picks Austin Dillon.
Okay.
Another throwaway.
Sally, your turn.
I've been on this train this is year 3 now.
He's
Daniel Suarez.
he's not winning a 500. Daniel Suarez will not win a 500. Chastain will win a 500. before
And
Suarez
I got a spot for that flag right here on top of my computer.
Okay. Tegan Jones, who do you got?
I wanted to say Riley Herbst, but I think I'm gonna save him for Tally. I'm gonna go with Kyle Busch. We're coming up on 20 years.
He hasn't won one yet, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Nope.
Ooh.
Maddie.
So I'm between two dudes.
Dudes. Hey,
There you go.
But
There you
I
go.
am going to take Eric Jones.
Oh,
I like the pick. I like it.
I like Eric Jones' pick. too.
That's a
Yeah,
good pick.
I was between him and, as much as I shit talked Cindric at the beginning of the
Cindric has been a
podcast,
decent
that
play
is who I was.
Cindric Lightning don't strike twice.
Right, but if I was going to use
That's
him, I'd
another
use him either.
driver that's gonna be out of a damn rod this year.
That's what I was saying in the beginning of the podcast. Is like, I wish I knew who
Yeah.
my third driver was at Penske
That's where
because it's who
Harrison might
shit.
go.
Because there's nowhere for him to go either.
What about
Sally? I would like to dedicate my pick to you.
Oh my God, this guy.
Last time we were at Daytona, this guy got wheeled out in the stretcher. This time, he's going to be wheeled into victory lane. Ryan Preece. He's going to win the Daytona 500.
I thought you was gonna say Ryan Newman.
Me too.
And that's the guy that
wait a minute, is he in a
that's
car?
the
He
guy who
also,
Mike
that also
shits
did
on.
happen to him.
Mike hates
I will-
Newman. If there
I
is
will
somebody
never-
that Mike
yeah,
absolutely despises,
fucking
it is
hate that
Ryan
cubby
Newman.
Fuck.
Wessel did win it last year with the throwaway pick. We got to remember that.
Who did he win with
Stenhouse.
the throwaway pick?
Stenhouse.
Stenhouse. Shit.
Nobody picked Stenhouse. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I get it, honestly. but-
You really don't. I mean, Hamlin's really the only one that we've kind of see win back-to-back 500s in our lifetime, at least.
Yeah. All right. Time for our playoff predictions.
We'll do this one
Matty.
without me.
Oh,
You're out, Tegan.
Yeah.
sure. I get to go first. Oh boy, here we go.
I got a screen for you, so it's very.
I got
you
a
got all the
screen.
numbers.
Yeah, I got a screen for myself as well. All right, so I'm gonna go straight off, just looking at my screen that I got. Oh, there's all the
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yours is
Rover
moving faster
Ryan
than
over
mine.
here.
Your screen.
Keep moving.
I don't. That screen's kind of well. Give me the 11.
Why is
Obviously,
he running
I'll
in
take the
circles?
11 and the 12. I'll take the 17. I'll take the do I want Truex? I don't know about Truex yet. I'll take the 22, 23. I'll take I'll take the 19 and the 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take the 5, 9, 24.
Where's Byron? There he is.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 16, right? That make it?
Yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. I'll take the 8. I'll take the I gotta take Kyle Busch.
You're not gonna be here? Love you.
Tyler Reddick
Oh, that's sweet.
as well.
When
Tomorrow.
Reddick?
is Dipshit still out?
No, I let him back. I put him
I'll
back up when I
take
got back.
Okay.
Bruce just
Brad
left.
K.
All right.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
That gives me 12. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I need 3 more. Do I think Chase, the 16 car, can't be in? Harrison Burton, Austin Cindric. I think I'll give it to Chastain. Chastain's probably going to win a race.
I don't like seeing him in the Busch car.
It
That's
looks so nice.
14. Give me a second here. I don't know who I want for my last two picks.
I'm surprised he hasn't put someone in there yet.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Bless you.
Boy, oh boy. I guess I'll put Bowman in.
I'm about to say, Brad, you're about to get fired.
Well, I'm not on Bradley's team anymore. So
He is
it's
not
fine.
on Bradley's team
True.
anymore, but his ass would be left out at Daytona and Talladega from here on out.
Yes. You'd be working with the Ford. You'd become a war criminal, Matt, if you didn't put
Yeah,
Bowman in there.
come
Yeah.
be a war criminal, Matty.
I should have been a war criminal. I was part of that path, that freaking.
You would have been a war criminal because you would have been
Yeah.
helping me, who was the guy that was committing the crimes.
And I say, I'll get it to McDowell. I think McDowell gets in.
Okay.
I'm surprised you left Gibbs out.
Now, what's your final
Exactly.
four, Matty?
Oh wait, I'll switch McDowell for Gibbs. That was me. That was my fault.
Okay.
The 54 throws me off for a loop because
It
I
does.
think
It
you
can,
should
yes.
honestly be in the 18.
Yeah.
That's where I
that's
was like
the
looking. I'm
for
like,
him.
man, Matty hasn't put
That's
Ty
what
Gibbs in there
that
yet.
honestly did get me. I completely do not see him with the 54 in there. My final four is going to be the 12,
Okay.
22,
Ooh, two Penskes.
17.
Whoa.
One more forward, I
and-
dare you.
No,
He's
who
got
did,
no
who
more
did I,
forwards in
who
there.
did I
Oh, he
say?
does.
I
He's
said
got PK.
12, 22, 17, and I forget who I literally said was going to be in this.
Matty off the
when
dome
we were
here.
when we were doing
Kidding.
this just the other day.
I think Reddick would be a low underdog.
Yeah, I picked him to win the championship last year, so it'd make me look kind of foolish if I didn't pick him for at least the Final Four this year. But that might be what we do here. Kyle Busch, that's who I had.
Who's your champ?
Wow.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
think-
with you. I think RCR struggles this year again.
I think Logano's going to
Yeah.
win the championship this year, so you'll hear me every podcast on the whole Joey thing.
Oh, we're
again.
back.
We're back.
We're back. Okay.
We're
Fuck.
back for year two. So,
Why are you
all right.
picking
So
that?
I'll get a little bit of a breakdown of my picks here.
Okay.
As far as my championship four, 3 out of the 4 are Fords, which I'll admit is kind of wacky. I just think with the way Blaney ended last year and the maturity he showed throughout the year, like he was still getting really heated at some points in times, but for the first time in his life, I feel like he was really good at not just wearing out the tires immediately. How actually having long run speed was something that came to this car. And that's something that's been lacking for his whole entire career. And last year he put it all together and he won.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Busch still has something to prove here at RCR. It's going to be only a second year there. I still think he wants to prove to them that, hey, I can still be at that top level. Buescher showed a lot towards the middle and end of last year as a guy who's came on and just in general, RFK as well, did a lot towards last year. And then Logano, I feel like with the combination of the disappointing end he had last year of not even making it out of the round of 16 and you combine that with the fact that his teammate also won the championship, I feel like he's going to want to push and be like, nah, this is still my team. I'm still here. So I think you'll have that hopefully competitive, friendly rivalry, and he doesn't like just start eating Blaney if Blaney's there. But that's why I got my Final Four the way it is.
Okay. I like it. I'll go next. Let's clear all of these out. It's tough because I've gone.
Tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a good group of names that are easy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain parts of it that get really tough for me.
Yeah, like that last 2 or 3 was pretty difficult for me there.
So
Mike's putting Trace Elliott in the top 4.
I'm going to put Chastain in. I think
Did you
he
have
makes it.
Truex in yours, Matt?
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had Chastain as well. I'll say anything that's different.
I'm going to put Kyle Larson in.
As much as that hurts Mike. As much
shock.
as that hurts Mike.
I'm going to put in Brad Keselowski.
Okay.
I'm going to put in Chase
He's going
Elliott.
order by number. Put in the 10. Put in the 10.
I'm putting
gonna
dare
put
you, put it in the
in
10.
Denny Hamlin. I'm gonna put in Ryan Blaney.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in Chris Buescher.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in Martin Truex Jr.
Okay.
We got Christopher Bell. We've got Joey Logano. We've got Bubba Wallace.
Ooh.
We've got William Byron. What are we at right now?
I think you're at 11. 3,
4. Yeah, I'm at 12 actually. 12.
Oh.
Yeah. So I
I
got
didn't
4
put in
more.
Bubba. I didn't put in Bubba, did I?
Yeah, you did.
All right. So we've put in the same people then. All right.
So far, but I'm gonna get a little off you here.
I bet I know who he's putting in.
We're gonna put in Eric Jones.
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
Okay.
Yeah.
What super speedway is he winning?
He's winning.
Darlington, dog.
He's gonna win
oh.
Darlington. He ain't gonna win no
all
super
right.
speedway.
We're gonna
Okay.
put in the 45,
So that's 14.
Tyler Reddick. And
You're
then we're
leaving
gonna
out Mr. Bush.
put in Alex Bowman,
Ooh.
and we're gonna put in Ty Gibbs.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you
What
right
do you
now, between you and Matt, I think you already have bust on some of y'all's.
Bowman's
Really?
one
Just
of them.
because of certain,
Bowman's not making it.
certain drivers not being in it. I think they're going to shock some people.
Yep.
who do you think
My
that I put in
final-
that that's not going to make it there? If you don't mind me asking, before Mike. makes
I
his
think
final
a Stuart Haas car gets in somehow, either on points or sneaks a win in.
If it's going to be one of them, it's going to be Briscoe.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because Phoenix,
Wouldn't-
he's shown a
wouldn't
lot of
shock me.
strength at.
Yeah. My final 4 will include
All Chevys.
Ross Chastain. It will include in his big redemption year Joey Logano. Like what I did there. We're also going to throw in Denny Hamlin. And we're going to put in Chase Elliott.
Yeah, this is time where we walk off the set, guys.
So, one thing, this is a spicy little Final Four, isn't it? Every one of these guys has had an issue with one of the, like all of the other ones. Right? Look at this. Ross has had an issue with those 3. Denny's had an issue with those 3. Joey's had an issue. They've all had problems with each other at some point or another. So I like the spice in it. I'm going to say coming in 4th in that race would be Joey Logano.
Your champion is going to be.
Coming in 3rd will be Chase Elliott.
Okay, never mind.
He already,
And-
he already said who his champion was going to be at the beginning of the podcast. He
Yeah,
spoiled it.
It's his year. It is his year. He's going to beat your favorite driver, Denny Hamlin.
I hope he wrecks
your
him.
champion.
I hope Denny Hamlin wrecks in the final race of the round of 8 and screws himself
Your
out of a
champ.
Final Four.
Denny Hamlin.
Jeez,
It's
that's
his
a little
year.
harsh.
It's his year.
I hate
Harris is
Hamlin.
pumped up in the chat. That's right, baby. That's
Like-
right.
Like Mike Man?
You know what? You know what?
W,
I'm gonna make
W.
this comparison. And Matt, I'm sorry, but it's true. Denny Hamlin and his fan base is literally the Dallas Cowboys
Oh,
To a point.
That's tough.
because they say
Okay.
it's his year and he fucking chokes.
At least he makes it to the goddamn final race.
There's
Yeah.
years that he should have and he didn't either. That's the thing.
He makes it out of the first round.
I'm not a
He's been-
football
there you
fan.
go.
I think
There
that's
you
funny.
go.
All right,
There you go.
Sally.
He makes it out of the first.
Sally.
Most
As
of the time
we've
he
got
makes the second round as well.
All right.
We've got a
Yeah.
we've got a
Denny.
tampon ad on the screen.
We've also got
What do
a
you like, Sally?
rocking like Assassin's
Denny?
Creed type video up here,
Battlefield, maybe.
which is
I don't
kind
know.
of wild. Whoa, we're going to like a different galaxy. All
We're
right.
going to Star
Sorry.
Wars.
Yeah.
Say that again, Sal. Did you just say Denny?
Denny,
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Busch,
Okay. Can't find him. There he is.
Chase Elliott,
Yes, sir.
Kyle Larson,
Excuse me.
Fuck him.
William Byron,
Okay.
Christopher Bell,
Right.
Chastain,
Yep.
Truex,
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs,
Mm-hmm.
Bubba,
We're doing it team by team.
Bubba.
Right.
Reddick,
Yep.
Logano,
Right.
Blaney,
Mm-hmm.
Keselowski,
Yep.
and Buescher. That's 15.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise to who this last one's
Surprise! The
going to be.
99 is going to be
The
in.
Daytona 500 winner is getting in as well.
Okay.
Me and
Final
Sally
four.
are only one pick different.
So are we,
Dang.
Matt.
Yeah, if you just substitute the 99 for the 48, and then if you put in the 8 outside of
For
who
the
you-
for the
43.
for the 43. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're all kind of close.
Yeah.
Final four, Sally. Talk to me.
Denny,
No.
Denny. Okay.
Yeah.
Elliott,
Yes, sir.
My goodness.
Keep
Bell,
laughing.
Lord.
and Chris Buescher.
Oh.
Wow.
Isn't
Who's your
bad.
champ?
Denny Hamlin.
Okay. All right. We've got 2 Denny picks right here.
As much as it is annoying to hear, not from just, I'm not saying like it's annoying to hear from you guys, but the comparison is kind of funny to like the whole Dallas Cowboys thing. You can really see Denny winning it all this year. Like
Yeah,
there's
no
never
doubt.
been
No
a
doubt.
year where he's like god awful. That's the
Yeah.
most puzzling thing about it. And, like he's
One
always
year
one,
that he was not really good at all.
but I mean most of the years like where he makes a deep
It's been a
playoff
long
run,
time since he's had an off year.
yeah, he's been like legitimately probably during the course of the regular season and up to the first round of the playoffs, he's probably arguably the most consistent driver there is out there. And he
Right.
just, for whatever reason, his team, something happens in the
Screws up.
playoffs. It's kind of wild.
So Tegan, you're not participating?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute. Don't forget, too, didn't he get kicked out of the Final Four the 1 year? Because
Kicked
Chastain
out?
did the.
Oh, well, not. Yeah, he got beat.
I thought you meant he was banned from the playoffs. For a
Yeah,
second.
No, I'm saying, did he
Yeah.
get kicked out of the playoffs? Because
reality are you
Chastain
living
did
in,
the Hail
Yeah.
Melon.
Kev, Ryan, you guys want to work together on this one?
I want to do my own.
How
Okay.
about yeah.
Guys are already some dissension between the tag teams.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with picks, but I have my own kind of playoffs. And
Okay. Kev Ryan is already dead. Thanks.
I didn't get a round, so I'm already upset. Parsons.
Since Ryan was so quick to say no, Kev Ryan's gonna go first here.
We'll put the 1 in Chastain.
Okay.
You know what? I think Josh Berry's going to freak everybody out. Put the 4 in.
oh,
Okay, that's big.
Tegan likes that.
taken.
I could care less. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, 5 Kyle Larson. The 6 of Keselowski. Chase Elliott. Can't rule him out ever.
Boo.
Well, besides last year.
Ryan Blaney. Oh, Denny Hamlin. Sorry. Duh.
Are you leaving Bush out too?
I dare you.
For now.
Yeah, he was tight for me. It was close.
I
I
might
think
go.
he gets in because he wins. I just don't think he run. I just don't think he can.
Yeah,
Do
Yeah,
it.
I think he gets like a win at Auto Club or something, but I just
they don't race there anymore.
Yeah, if he
Oh,
goes to
never
Auto
mind.
Club and wins, then he deserves it.
I
He deserves
forgot.
that
God
fucking
damn it.
playoff spot.
Track's cut in half.
Half dirt, half cut fucking pavement.
I would put Christopher Bell.
Bell.
Christopher Bell. William Byron.
Oh, Buescher.
Where is he? I'm blind. There he is.
He's all numbers.
The Logano 22. Sorry. Now screw Bubba. I'm not doing him.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
I was waiting
wow.
on that one.
They ain't
Wayo.
happening. We'll do Tyler Reddick, 45. Ty Gibbs, 54.
I believe you got 4 more spots left.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
This year's tricky.
The 48.
Okay.
Oh shit, I forgot about Martin Truex. Yeah, 19. Yeah, Martin Truex. I don't know how I missed him. Let's see, 2 more. I would say fuck it, Kyle Busch, put his ass in there.
You need one more?
Yeah,
One more.
I think you're down between the 17 and the 23, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put Chris Buescher in. I can see him.
He does not see Bubba though.
Nope.
Final 4.
Bye-bye. So, who did that last year? Somebody did that.
Matt,
They eliminated
Matt
him
did,
down
yeah.
here and then put
Yeah.
him in the final 4 up here.
Chase Elliott, Denny
Chase
Hamlin.
Elliott?
Yeah, I'm putting Elliott in there. I'm putting
Hell
him.
yeah.
Riding that Chase Elliott cock.
Do 22 Logano. I want to throw in a curveball, and just because I've
Josh
followed
Berry.
forever, I'm going to put Keselowski in there.
Ooh, I like it.
It may be crazy, but
No, I don't think it's too far
I don't
fetched.
think so at all. Now, who's your champ?
I say Logano's got the edge.
Okay.
God, I hate to say that.
Do we have 2
all right.
Logano's and 2 Hamlins?
We do right now.
Ooh,
All right, Ryan, you're
I'm
up.
going to be the oddball here because I do not have Logano or Hamlin winning it.
Spoiler alert.
That is a spoiler, but I have not given away my champion.
Depending on who Ron picks, I may have to just tie it up 2, 2, and 2.
You should do
Okay.
it, Keegan. Put some thought into it.
All right.
Yeah,
So
Man, I've
I
been
just did
watching
it.
all you fuckers thinking,
Yeah.
what the fuck are y'all thinking?
okay. So Chastain's gonna get in.
Right.
Larson.
Okay.
Bush.
Yep.
Elliott.
All right. There he is.
Hamlin.
Okay.
Blaney. Briscoe.
Mm.
I think he sneaks in. Just barely,
Okay.
but he gets in. I see Busher making it.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I forgot to put Brad in there. Put Brad in there. Oops. Logano. Bell. Reddick. Bowman. Or not Bowman. No, excuse me. Byron.
Oops.
Gibbs. How many do I have left?
2.
Oh, fuck. This is a tricky one. Holy shit.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. You know what? I'm in agreement with Mike. I think Jones pulls an upset.
Oh, baby. How about that? Yeah.
Oh,
I think Eric Jones does
Yeah.
pull an upset somewhere.
Yeah.
Honest to God, do.
All right.
God, I really don't see Truex making it, but I'll throw in Truex.
Okay.
Elbozo.
It's hard to leave Truex out.
It
And
really
define-
is,
yeah,
but
definitely.
he's kind of there's some times where it feels like he's not there consistently.
Give me your
Um,
final four, Ryan.
Okay. I'm going to put in the 17,
Okay.
the 12. We're going to put in the 20. And this is going to be a surprise here, but I think this is where he really, truly shows his talent. Put in the 54. He is my dark
All right.
horse to make it.
Ooh.
My
Who's your
winner
champ?
is Christopher Bell.
Okay.
I actually like that pick.
It's not bad. Find it hard to believe we don't see a Chevy in there. I'm surprised nobody's picked Larson or Byron to make it in yet. to
Screw
be honest.
Larson. And I think
Okay.
Byron's going to have a little bit of a fall off here this year. I think he's
All
going
right,
to
Take
struggle a
a
little
step back.
Tegan, you got one?
Yeah,
Come on.
sure. I'll wing it.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna throw
hold
some
on,
oddballs in here just for shit and
Let's
giggles.
go. Imagine
Okay,
if I
like
threw in Corey LaJoy.
You'll probably
Mike
be
would-
right,
I'm
honestly. All right,
not.
Tegan. me.
Yeah, I'm not that down. Unfortunately, put the 1 in it. Because that motherfucker will squeeze a win out somewhere.
That's your guy. You get the Busch beer car.
Yeah, that's your guy, man. Come on, Tegan. That's
Yeah, it
chest.
sure is.
Vince
Fucking
Spencer.
cross-eyed monkey. Did you put it up there yet? Because my lag.
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
screen's
he's
lagging
got it
so
up there. He's
far.
got the one.
Yeah, we'll be good. So you can keep
Larson's
going. I'll
in it.
Larson.
Larson.
Yep. The 6.
Okay.
I think Kyle Busch gets a win. I just don't think he goes far with it. I think Chase Elliott gets in somehow.
He doesn't.
Somehow.
One of us.
Somehow.
One of us.
Whether he wins or he points his way in, he's getting in. The 11.
Okay.
The 12.
I did not have Hamlin in my final four, did I?
The 17. The 19.
Look at all these oddballs
The
so
20.
far. Jesus Christ.
No, I was lying about the oddball shit. I'm not stupid. You got the 20 in there, right? The last one.
No, he's not putting the 20.
So
No,
far?
he has.
There you go. 20's in.
22. 22. So I got what, 5 more, right? Or is it?
5 more, yeah.
Well, yeah, 23. If he doesn't win, he points his way in. 24. So I'm down to 3.
And now there's 3.
45.
Okay.
The 54. See, we're gonna have another year where we got 15 solid people that can make it wins and points, and then there's gonna be some odd fucker.
Yeah.
I don't think Bowman wins, and I don't think if Bowman gets in, it's just because he points his way or he gets a win somewhere. I don't think he points his way in.
Eric Jones.
I put
No.
in the.
I'm not riding that dick. I'm gonna put in the 51. You don't have
What?
Yeah, there he is, right there.
Justin Haley.
But I like it.
All right.
All right. Nice.
Never-
I'm all about
I
that.
gotta go with my little Twinkie. I gotta go with my little Twinkie.
I mean,
All right.
that could be a quality underdog pick here for the Daytona 500.
500. He was
Yeah.
up there for me. I wanted to throw some
True.
shade at Sal, but he was one of my picks for sure. Final four, Mr. Jones.
I think we have a repeat almost, so I think it's the 20,
Mm-hmm.
the 11,
Mm-hmm.
the 12,
Chastain.
no.
You could be like me and go Gibbs.
I've already got Gibbs in there. I mean, I've got Joe Gibbs, but I just don't think. I think
One.
Ty has. A good
He
year
ain't
this year.
doing that. I can
just
tell
don't
you right
think he
now, he
makes
ain't
it to
doing
the Final
that.
Four.
He ain't doing that. He ain't doing that guy. He hates that guy.
51.
I'm telling you, I think Chase Elliott struggles again this year. He don't like this car. I don't blame him. I'm gonna go with Reddick. It's gonna be a little
Alright.
3 Toyota against a Ford kind of deal.
And who's your winner?
And I got to go with Hamlin as the champion.
God damn! I'm the only real guy that doesn't that didn't. Well, who?
Real guy.
So Kevron and Mike picked Logano. 3 of you guys picked Hamlin, and I'm the only one that decided to go a completely different round, pick Christopher Bell.
Yeah. We have some comments on some of our picks. Bradley chat on you, Ryan.
Hey, by the way, would love to mention Bowman is not very good in that equipment. I'm going to tell you that right now. Bowman is going to
Apparently all
suck again.
said Barry's ass.
Bowman's gonna- hey, just never know, man.
Can you find the one where Spencer?
I think
asked,
Barry.
like,
I
is
need
gonna
to
run
be
decent
tested. Why
this
do I
year.
need to be tested? I thought Christopher Bell was a good pick.
What's that, Sal?
Can you find the comment that Spencer asking why no one picked the 84?
Sure, of course.
That's like a mind killer question.
He's in his own little world.
You imagine if
He took
Spencer
the baseball bat through the head.
It's not Hamlin's year. It will never be Hamlin's year. He will never win a championship. I will put money on that.
Yeah. That was fun.
I've actually put money on that already. I put
So
Christopher
we've
Bell
got
champion.
3 Hamlin picks, 2 Joey picks, and 1 Christopher Bell pick. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
3 Hamlin, 2 Logano.
Drop in the comments real quick before we get out of here who you guys got for your picks for the championship. See if you agree with us. I think it's Jenny's year. It's got to be. I'm going to keep picking him.
Yeah, you'd figure this
Ryan's
year's-
getting buried right now.
I don't care if I'm getting buried. I can't wait to be right.
you figure if he's gonna win, it's gotta time's
It's
running
got to
out,
be
and
this
like
year. If he
like
wins,
it-
it's got to
Yeah.
be this year. I agree with that,
Yeah.
but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know, Jim. All right. Well, folks, we're back. We will be back in 2 weeks from today.
Who do people? Who are we thinking actually wins the 500? If we want to give out our actual Daytona 500 winner, not the
Kyle
not just
Busch.
the podcast.
I don't have him in the playoffs, but he's going to win the 500.
And Cog with a great championship pick. That's where we need to be tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I need to be tested pick.
That might be his 500 pick. I hope so, at least. But yeah,
I could
think
see Hamlin getting his Daytona 500.
I think we
here
see
again.
it like Kyle Busch, Blaney. I feel like Joey Logano's due for a big win. You know, he makes sense, like in retro, like looking 10 years in the future. He makes sense as a guy that won 2 Daytona 500s to me.
Oh yeah.
So I could see Joey pulling it off. I'll tell you what, William Byron has had really bad luck in Daytona 500s and is, I consider, to be a top super speedway racer in the Cup Series.
Didn't he win to get in
Yeah,
Not the 500.
at Daytona?
at the summer race. Yeah, but
Yeah.
his 500. Yeah. NASCAR man going with Byron. I think he's got really bad luck at Daytona. I think he turns it around. If he can, he'll be up in the front for sure.
Can we make a prediction on who's getting the pole? Real fast? Are we going to do that next podcast on Monday to preview a
Well,
little bit more?
we're not doing a podcast next Monday.
Okay.
Just said 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I don't listen very well. Okay.
Yeah, he's not very good at that.
No, I'm not.
Poll prediction.
Oh, rips.
Oh, there he is. Kyle Busch, I guess.
Poll prediction. I'm going with Byron.
I'm going with Bowman. Bowman always seems to have really good qualifying at
Good
Daytona.
point. It's a good
Yeah.
point.
Bowman's so good at qualifying at Daytona.
I'm going Blaney.
Oh, guy that's
Tegan,
not a
pick
Hendrick
Chase.
guy. I think we lost Tegan. He's
Yeah,
frozen on my
Tegan.
end.
Yeah, we
He's
did.
frozen.
It's all right.
I do think
There we go.
I think Blaney's got a legitimate chance to win here. I want to see it happen.
Front row will probably be a HMS.
Yeah, I'll go with I'll give the people 3 choices, kind of like
The
a
people.
The
kind of like
people,
a
the people's
people.
champion.
the people's champion. I'm gonna name 3 people
That
who I
fucking
think
asshole.
just for like
Oh, fuck.
if you were gonna sprinkle money on anybody, 3 people. I'll go with a favorite, a medium, and then a long shot. So the favorite who I would dump a little bit of money on would be Blaney. Your mid-range guy, you can find Eric Jones right now, right around the 25 to 1. And then if you're going big, I would say I had somebody on my screen,
Better
but I
Matty
gotta
here.
scroll all the way up. At worse odds than dudes like Carson Hocevar and Noah Gregson and John Hunter Nemechek at 55 to 1.
Carson Hocevar in our little playoff predictions.
At 55 to 1.
I forgot. God damn. I was
you
gonna
will
put
find Justin Haley at 55 to 1.
Were you guys serious about picking Hocevar in the playoffs?
No, I was gonna put Nemechek. I forgot about Nemechek.
Oh,
really?
I think Nemechek could sneak one. I think Nemechek can sneak one.
I think he struggles in this car.
Fire
I don't know
outperforming
about that.
Legacy is gonna hit so good this year.
No, dude, Eric Jones is ready to cook, man.
But
Jones is ready
I
to
think
cook.
Jones is the more realistic one to pull an upset off. But I wouldn't be
Yes, sir.
surprised if Nemechek does it. It wouldn't completely surprise me.
All right, folks. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So happy to be back. A lot of fun to have all you guys in here. Thank you to you 5 that joined me tonight. It was lovely. Sal just fell down. We will be back.
Auto Crush.
Oh,
an
we're
orange
so
cat.
back, dude. We'll be back 2 weeks from today after the Daytona 500. We will see you then.
Chase won't make the playoffs. Who said that?
This little fucker.
Oh.